On the Autocar show today, we are behind the wheel of the new 1.5 TDI Skoda Rapid. Take a closer look at the facelifted Mercedes-Benz CLA 200. The Aprilia or the Vespa, which sporty scooter makes the cut? Off-road fun at the Toyota Fortuner Boot Camp, and the winners from the 2016 Women's World Car of the Year Awards.
When I say Skoda, you are most likely to think of the Superb or the Octavia. Fact of the matter, however, is that its bestseller, its cash cow, is none of these. It is, in fact, the Rapid. The Rapid accounts for nearly 70% of Skoda's India sales, and the Czech car maker has very cleverly decided to build on that strength by, ta-da, facelifting it. This facelift gets the Rapid cosmetic changes, an upgraded diesel engine, and a bunch of new equipment. Today, we are in the scenic northern city of Mussoorie, and our playground is many kilometers of mountain twisties. But before we get to that, let's understand what all these aesthetic changes are all about.
This is a facelift in the truest sense of the word. The Rapid's face is completely new. Most prominent are the new headlights. Sharp and angular with DRLs, these bring the Rapid more in line with its bigger siblings. Between the headlights sits Skoda's new signature butterfly grille, and below it is an all-new bumper. In profile, the car is unchanged, and the only changes around the back are a lightly redesigned bumper and new tailgate-mounted chrome strip and spoiler. On the whole, these changes make the Rapid look sharper, fresher, and more contemporary than before. As earlier, the Rapid will come with a petrol and diesel engine, both with manual and automatic gearbox options. The 105 horsepower petrol engine has been carried forward as is, though the diesel has been upgraded. Naturally, it was the diesel that we tested. Skoda has gone and upgraded the 1.5-litre diesel engine by fitting it with a larger turbocharger, allowing a power bump of 105 to 110 horsepower. This marginal increase, however, is not very perceptible when you're driving. Don't be disappointed though, because this TDI engine is a gem in terms of performance and refinement. Before the turbo kicks in around 2000 RPM, you have lots of torque to potter around town, and after that you move into a meaty mid-range where the power delivery is almost muscular. One downer though is that this engine can be a bit loud at times. This new diesel engine boasts a claimed fuel efficiency of 21.13 km per litre for the manual and 21.72 km per litre for the automatic. I'm driving the diesel automatic, which is fitted with a 7-speed DSG gearbox, which, by the way, is also a bit of a gem. When you're building speed, you will barely notice the upshifts, and while the downshifts are slightly slower, I really don't think it will give you anything to complain about. Oh, I just love driving on these roads. Though I have to say, they don't really feel like natural terrain for the Rapid. Yes, the steering is fairly direct and well weighted, but it does not offer adequate feedback. And the car, it doesn't really feel tight around corners. I mean, yes, the traction control does a great job of sticking to the line you've selected, but on the whole, I feel like people might not be too comfortable throwing this car around corners. Mid-size sedans are also often chauffeur-driven, which makes their rear seat experience quite important. The Rapid's back seat is really not a bad place to be in. True, you don't get the same sense of space as you do with some other rivals. When viewed on a standalone basis, you will see that there's more than enough leg room and knee room, and you're seated on a firm and supportive seat. Now is also a good time to talk about the Rapid suspension. It will absorb pretty much all bumps and lumps thrown its way, except the really large ones, and though it does tend to bob a bit on highways, it never really gets to a point that it's uncomfortable. After exploring the on-road changes, let's take a look at what's changed on the inside. The Rapid sports the same dash as before, with its restrained but practical design, though with the new 6.5-inch touchscreen dominating the central console. This touchscreen is reasonably crisp and supports USB, aux, Bluetooth and mirror link. The Rapid continues to offer features such as cruise control, automatic AC, remote control for power windows, a cooled glove box, electronically folding exterior mirrors, rain-sensing wipers and an auto-dimming interior mirror. However, the lack of a rear camera and engine start-stop button are prominent. The 460-litre boot is roomy but not the best in class. What is particularly irksome, however, is that it does not feature a boot-mounted open-close button but has to be operated by a switch in the driver's door. The facelifted Rapid is available in 3 variants for the petrol and diesel, with prices beginning at 8.27 lakh rupees for the petrol and 9.5 lakh rupees for the diesel.
Now this is an example of a facelift gone just right. The Rapid was always a good car, but now with sharper looks, punchier engines, more equipment and better price competitiveness, it is properly up to speed with all of its rivals. While those looking for a holistic family sedan might find more value in the Honda City or the Maruti Ciaz, for those who are going to spend most of the time behind the wheel, this is definitely one of the better options out there.
After this break, the Aprilia SR150 and the Vespa SXL 150. Sporty scooters battle it out. And the facelifted Mercedes-Benz CLA 200.